Oh. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Please relax the body, enjoy the breath, and quieten the mind as I tell you a story. Once, Rishi Narada was traveling through the jungle, and there were two seekers who were contemplating in the jungle who sensed his presence. Each of these seekers was on a opposite side of a river. One of the seekers got up and called Rishi Narada and asked, "Where are you going?" And Rishi Narada stated, "I am obviously on my way to meet Bhagwan Narayana." And the seeker asked Rishi Narada if he can put in a request. Rishi Narada obliged. And that request was to find out how many more lives he has to live until he is liberated. The other seeker on the other side of the river, he also got up, called Rishi Narada, found what Rishi Narada was doing, and made the same request. Rishi Narada went to Bhagwan Narayana to be with him, asked him these questions, and came back through that same jungle. He went to the first seeker who had asked him about how many lives he has left until he is liberated. And Rishi Narada stated to this seeker, "You have 100 more lives until you will be with Bhagwan Narayana." And that seeker was frustrated, angry. He got up and he left the contemplation, the jungle. Rishi Narada went to the second seeker who had asked. And he responded with, "As many leaves as are on this tree that you're contemplating under, and there may have been thousands, that's how many lifetimes you will have to take until you are with Bhagwan Narayana." When that seeker heard this significant amount of lifetimes until he is with Bhagwan Narayana, he started to cry. He started to jump. He started to dance. And Rishi Narada asked him, "Your response to this sharing is so different than the other seeker." And what the seeker responded with was, "I will be with Bhagwan Narayana. He answered my request, my prayer. And this is why I'm crying and jumping and dancing, that he's thinking about me." Krita, nya, ta. Krita means what has been done for you, what has been done to you. Nya is to know this. Ta is to reciprocate this from being grateful to gratitude. The fact that you are thinking about Bhagavan, the fact that Sri Krishna is speaking to you, this is proof that you are in Bhagavan's heart and that he is in yours. Stretch, inhale, open your eyes and smile. Cry, jump, dance. We are in chapter 18 and Shri Krishna has taken us through 8 systems. The last system was on our personality. Our personality can be deciphered by what our vocation in life is. Who are we living for? What are we living for? In the forthcoming verses after these 8 systems, Shri Krishna is trying to make this even more personal for us by encouraging us to engage in swadhyaya, to know our swabhava, to structure our swakarma. This is not a overt system based on laziness, aggressiveness, and quietness, but this is also a system. This essentially is our 9th system. This system is for us to really feel our path is our path to peace. I'm saying our because I'm speaking to a group, but it is your path and your path and your path. It is your path to peace. We have these abstract, poetic understandings about what our path is, that you have to be in the jungle, that you have to contemplate, that you have to be alone. This is your path. Your space, your time, it is custom designed for you. You didn't create this, nor did your parents. That's why I keep sharing, have more love than for yourself and your family. Your creator created this path for you, so follow. Chapter 18 is about practice, application, the tactile. You will know that you are following your path when there's less and less and less I-ness. You are forgetting about you are an individual. I'm reading 3 insights from Pujya Chinmayananda's commentary on verse 47, before we take up 48. Krishna is very careful in indicating that a spiritual seeker must constantly strive hard to stand apart from the shackling effects of the environment. One has to live carefully in their circumstance, on their path. As soon as your intention is compromised or is not infused into your implementation, then you're not following this path. Intention is like your fuel. You're still in the car, but you're not moving. When there is an egocentric sense of self-arrogation, the I am the doer sense, there is invariably creation of new vasanas, and therefore it is full of effects, dosha. The more I-ness there is, the more regression there is. The less I-ness there is, the more progression there is. We're born to have less vasanas, not more. The more our inner bosom is ventilated with the consciousness divine, the less will the ego assert, and therefore no defects can pollute the actions. For the one who is intentional as they go about their actions, their path is purifying. We tend to associate purification with tirthas and yatras and shastras, which means rivers and pilgrimages and scripture. That your swadhyaya, swabhava, swakarma will lead you to your swadharma, your nature. Shared again in verse 49. Asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigataspraha naishkarmya siddhim paramam sanyasena digacchati. Joy. How is our intention infused into our implementation? How does this look like? How does this play out? Sarvatra means sarva atra. Atra means here. Sarva atra, all hears, which means everywhere. No conditions, no compromise. Buddhi, here, the word buddhi is used in the sense of the mind. The mind. Even though we know that buddhi means intellect, but here it's in the sense of the mind. Asakta, a mind that is not attached. Specifically, a mind that has renounced results. In the language we've used in Meaningful Morning, to not have deservership. If your intention is to not have deservership, you are following the path to peace. Not just that, now in the second quarter, Jidatma, this is in reference to the body. How the mind should be, now how the body should be. The body should not be used for indulgence. The one who's not the deserver, the one who's not the indulger. This body is a machine. Treat it like a machine. Now, vigata sprihaha, the one who's free from desire, this is in reference to the intellect. It is the intellect that desires. It is the intellect that is filled with doership. For our intention to not be that I am the doer. Good, everyone. The first line, what your intention should be with the body, mind, and intellect. Now I'm in the third quarter. Siddhim, one will start to achieve, one will start to experience. Paramam, that is the supreme, specifically, Naishkarmya Siddhi. They will experience the supreme as Naishkarmya. They are doing, yet being. When I have the right intention with my equipments, I am more being. It is the equipments that are doing. Here's what Pujaswami Chinmayananda has shared. This state is reached when we do not identify ourselves with the equipments of matter. which are the instruments of perception, the three instruments of false interpretation of truth, body, mind, and intellect. Here's the final quarter. Sannyasena, by throwing down fully, by renouncing results, which then propels us to surrendering actions, adhigacchati, one will rediscover swadharma, their nature. What is their nature? Akarma Atma. The Atma, or the center, is akarma. It is already complete. It doesn't have to act for completion. This is a dense verse, and just distilling this for all of us. When you direct the equipments, you are following the path to peace. When the equipments are controlling you, you are following the path away from peace. We move on the path not through action, but rather intention. From inspiration to application, your application yesterday was for you to, 2 days, this is May 7th and May 8th, for you to feel kritagnyata, to feel what has been done to you, to remember this and express this. In Chinmay Mission, this is called Seva Day. How many of you joined our celebration yesterday? By show of hands. Almost everyone. I saw you. I felt you. My final message in our celebration yesterday was to be more dedicated to your trust triangle that has done everything for you and to you. The fact that you had your hand up shows you're dedicated, but to be more dedicated. That's why our community has programs like the phone promise. How many of you are still following through with the phone promise? Now there's way less hands than how many registered, correct? That's why in our community we have programs to be danavira, be generous with your resources so you stop depending on them. Remarkably, yesterday was May 8th. Yesterday was the 108th Jayanti of Pujaswami Chinmayananda. Yesterday our community completed, and try to track these numbers, $803,456 for non-faith-based charities. $803,456. That's a surreal amount of funds that we have just given. Because that's us engaging in renouncing results, surrendering actions. Your application for this morning is, I want you to see on social media, on our WhatsApp group, on our website, details about enhanced Seva training. This morning we had a lovely graduation for our seeker to facilitators. And so now the opportunity for you to be part of this training is available. It is only for 54 seekers. Please read about this. Be ready when applications are due so you don't miss this. Enhanced Seva training. Shanti, 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 Joy.